Folks! How are y'all doing? My name is Reese, and welcome back to our Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Let's Play adventure, where we are back at Lambda Shelter where we left off last time, and if the lighting is a little bit weird on my face, I'm trying a different lighting layout. You know me, for the entirety of this series, I've been trying to figure out how to record with the face cam that doesn't burn my retinas, and we were doing good for a while there, but I thought we could do even better by, instead of having 3 big points of light, just more softer lights. And I think that's the route we're going to keep going, just adding more and more slightly dimmer, slightly softer lights, until my room catches on fire, because there's 40,000 individual bulbs all going at once, but all just kind of barely. We're going to continue where we left off last time. What we're trying to do is we're trying to do our Ascension quest with our good friend here, whose name's escaped me. I don't know all the heroes' names. I've only been playing this game for a year now. What do you think I've done? Memorized them all? You're out of your mind. You're crazy. You're nuts. I wish I had. If I could go back now, I would commit them all to memory. As soon as I see his name, though, I'm going to remember it. Our current running theory is that the reason he's not ready to ascend yet is either because we need to raise the colony's trust rating or do some more quests for the colony, and the only one we have that I think is related to this colony, I don't even know it for sure. I have a theory that Seeker's rumors might be related to this colony, but I don't actually know. This could be any Lambda colony. It doesn't have to be, or not, I mean, any Agnes colony, I should say. But the only way to find out is to just go right into it, rub our hands together, and start reading with the best of our ability, alright? That rumor we heard about a Seeker guy who spoke to Gondor. Yes, it seems the people of the city don't trust him. They don't understand his motives. In a way, it's understandable. The situation is what it is, and there's no easy fix for that. Seeker is an old acquaintance of mine. Yes! Isurd is his name, by the way. Did it mention we had to have him to do this conversation? I don't remember it mentioning that. If we didn't have him, would he have just magically appeared and chimed in anyway? I don't care. I don't care. Seeker is an old acquaintance of mine. Originally, he was an employee of the Internal Affairs Bureau of Agnes Castle. That's very real. An employee of, hold on, what was it? Internal Affairs Bureau. That's such a weird thing for a fantasy nation with a fake war going on and a sort of fake government to have. That's such like a real thing. You almost feel like if someone needed to talk to the Internal Affairs Bureau, they would just be sent to one of Mobius to just be beheaded and sent back into the cycle, and whatever their issue was is done now. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. The Seeker, I knew, was a fairly straightforward man, with no particular strange quirks about him. I don't know who they're talking about. Apparently this is someone that we heard about, though. I have no idea. Well, whichever way he was, it seemed, if he's got a bone to pick with the city, we gotta nip that in the butt. A fair point. How about we make some inquiries into Seeker, then? If we ask around with the Agnians, we're bound to know something. Alright, sorted. Let's get to it. We've got this. This is gonna be so easy. Once we knock this out, it'll be a matter of just hopefully doing the Ascension quest, and it's gonna be quick and easy. Did I track that? Was it automatically tracked? What do I need to do? It has been gather enough Seeker. Oh my gosh, so nothing here. We gotta go to the castle and the Cadencia region. Boy, do I wish I could remember what the heck they were talking about, though. Apparently we picked this information up with Gondor? I don't recall that. Apparently right down here in the canteen. Seeka's true and Seeka's true intention. Seeka's true intention. Seeka's true intention. Sooner rather than later, am I right? I don't know what the joke was. You want to know about Seeker? Sure, I don't. What is up with all these people's names? Suna, Seeker. Those two. Only there's nothing really to tell. I guess he's serious about his work. There's that, I suppose. It always seemed like the higher-ups liked him well enough, too. He got a load of awards, if I'm remembering right. Okay, that's some useful information. Okay, so he's a diligent worker, a successful worker, someone who always impressed the people in charge. Have we ever been up here before? I guess we must have, because we've had to have gone through that elevator at some point. I don't know, this is just like a weird little tucked away corner that I don't imagine ever engaging with. Where's that elevator? So it just goes up there. I think we've gone down this elevator before. Darny! Sooner or later, you gotta meet Darny, am I right? Okay. Huh. Asking about Seeker, yeah? I know him well. We were on the same team. What does that mean? For For the longest time, he was a real straight shooter. Total over-serious nerd. Nothing like he is now. Oh dear. Since the clock got smashed, he's a lot more proactive and full-on. Personally, I like him way better now. Okay, so, like, he's improved personality-wise. He seems like a decent guy. I don't know. I'm trying something new today. This is gonna be controversial. I've changed the buttons on my controller. Like, the buttons themselves are in the same place, but in the Switch software, I changed them to where A is B, B is A, X is Y, and Y is X, so that they more closely align with... Is this thing not coming down? How long does this take? I hit the button. What's taking so gosh darn long? Does it not work? Oh my goodness, there it is. Okay. The reason for that is I've been playing other games. I'm playing some games. I'm playing Final Fantasy VII Remake on my Steam Deck, and I'm playing Final Fantasy 16 on the PS5. And both of those have the action button, the go button, the confirm button in the lowest position. So it would be A on the Steam Deck, where B is here, or X on the PlayStation. So muscle memory going between those games and this game has been kind of a nightmare. I'm just trying it out, you know. Before I was like, everyone should use the Switch version, because I'm used to that, because I played mostly Switch for many years there, but that's not the case anymore. And I'm like, okay, well, I can't be mad at PlayStation and Microsoft and Valve for all being different than Nintendo when Nintendo's the odd one out. I also found this really cool device you can get that allows you to use an Xbox controller wirelessly with your Switch, and it even does like wake up and all that. So I thought, if I just get used to this, I just use my Xbox controller with my Switch and that'll be it. But then I was like, oh, what about when I play in handheld mode? Well, can I switch the buttons around? I have taken the Switch Joy-Cons apart many times. If I'm remembering correctly, I think the buttons are actually built to where they'll only go where they're supposed to. And if that's the case, I might have to find custom buttons and just swap them all around. Just swap everything around. It seems ridiculous and over the top, but if it's gonna help my elderly brain and my muscle memory, it's me, Grandpuff. I'm old! I can't adapt like I used to. Alright? I'm senile at this point. I don't even know who I'm talking to anymore. Who are you? Who am I? What is this? I just want ice cream. Seeker, I hear he's friends with the commander over at Lambda, and for a long time too. Although, to be fair, he did used to be in Eternal Affairs, so I guess it's no wonder he's got friends in high places. Alright, yeah, so he's got lots of friends with lots of people all over the world. He's made a lot of stops all over the world, and in every port he owes his heart to at least one lovely girl? Maybe? That's a song. Who sings that? Comment down below. I don't remember. Doesn't matter. It's not relevant. That's not what we're talking about today. We're talking about controllers. This is actually I mean, I love this controller. Oh, gross, the back of it's getting dirty. I need to figure out how to clean it. That's the problem. I love the look of a white controller, but then if you ever handle it without... I mean, I normally always wash my hands before I use my... I know, I'm a weirdo. But I guess just because it is bright white and there's textured gripping on the back, it's gotten a little dirty. I'm sure I can clean that up just fine, but... I've never taken this apart. This is an 8-bit DOE controller. I bought it because it has Hall effect joysticks, which is fun. I'm wondering if I can take this thing apart and swap around the buttons on the front. I already swapped the button. The way I did it was I just went into the Switch's settings and you can change the button layout. So that's what I did. I remember Seeker saying he wanted to do something about the lost numbers, ill feelings towards us. I just hit the wrong button there. I don't know if you noticed. He was like, I don't know how it'll go, but we gotta find a way to work together and move past it. Oh, okay. This seems like such a genuine, good individual. They're doing so much for others. Oh, that's okay. See, that's where we're gonna run into trouble there. Because some things are muscle memoried. So it's basically A and B I needed swapped. I feel like I could have left Y and X where they were. The issue then becomes... Am I gonna run into problems with prompts? Like, if it comes up and tells me to hit Y really quickly, am I gonna go and hit X instead? I don't know. I don't know. But this button is Y. I just gotta remember that. Hold a discussion at a rest spot about Seeker's identity, sure. And this button brings up the menu. Map. It's fine. Listen, I'm gonna figure this out. It's not a big deal. Well, the closest rest spot is back here, which seems ridiculous. Wait a minute, is there a place we've not been to back here? Hold on just a second. Okay, well, I know where I'm going now. Ridiculous though it might seem, I know exactly where I'm going now. And I understand we're supposed to be having a conversation at this rest spot. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll do you one favor. We'll go ahead and have the conversation at the rest spot. While we're all here together, of the same mind, we'll have this conversation. We'll have this little chit-chat about Seeker's identity.
Story is...
From what we've been hearing, it seems he understands the problems affecting Agnes Castle as a whole. He's also said to be a diligent worker. Nobody seemed to wish him ill. Alright, sure. But he was in the prison camp for a reason, right? Things can't be that simple. It did initially suspect that there might have been some hidden motive behind Seeker's actions, but it no longer seems likely. Right. I think it's beyond doubt that he's thinking about moving things in a more positive direction. And also, since he's working hard to reform this place, don't you think we could stand to lend him a hand? Well, seems he'd be worth having a chat with, at least, even if nothing comes of it. Yeah, if he's trying to make amends to the lost numbers, then it's definitely worth a try. Let's all go and talk to Seeker then. Absolutely we will. I'm starting to feel like this doesn't have anything to do with our Ascension quest at Lambda. Other than the fact that it just so happens. I mean, do you reckon if he wasn't in the party, he just wouldn't have been there to chip in? Isurd, I'm talking about. Like, he just wouldn't have chipped in about how he knows the guy? And the quest would have just played out exactly the same? It would have just, like, without... Like, we would have learned that he knew Isurd. But to what end? What point does that make? What does it matter? It doesn't. Yeah, we've just never gone back here before. How have we never gone back here before? A year we've been playing this game. Oh my goodness, excuse me, large frog, sir. I'm not gonna find anything interesting back here. It's not like we're gonna find another missing colony, and we've already found all the heroes, sadly. And they never did release any additional ones. I expected them to, because with 2, even aside from the paid DLC, they released additional blades. And I kind of hoped they would do the same with heroes. I understand there's a price difference because you have all these voiced lines and things and quests, but I don't know. I was just kind of hopeful. Maybe get Chris in here as a hero, you know, because technically I already had him in a recording booth at some point. Something like that. But they didn't, and that's okay. The game is fine without that. You don't need that in the game. All right, I'm heading into the map, and we're going to now try to figure out where this guy is. He's up here. Yeah, here you go. Physically swapping them is not possible as buttons themselves have notches on them, which ensure they can only be refitted, blah, 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 blah. Are there third-party ones? Like, that seems reasonable. Yeah, you can do it in the settings, but let's see. Joy-Con replacement buttons with A, B, X, Y swap? No, see, these are the same buttons. I bet I could physically alter them. No. I suppose I could just get blank ones, but like I want to actually you might say it doesn't matter, but sometimes I'll just have like in the middle of an intense moment a brain fart and I'll have to like look down at my controller and be like, "Wait, which button is which?" And if they're in the wrong spots, I'm going to get confused. This is frustrating. It's insane to me. Ever since they gave you the ability to remap the buttons, you would think people would be out there making custom Joy-Con buttons, but no one has done that. Oh my gosh, here's metal ones. They're completely blank, so that kind of defeats my whole desire to be able to glance down at them. They're also $22 for a set! Holy snap! Well, look, if you know the answer to this question, if you know somewhere I can order either swapped buttons or get them custom made, please comment down below and let me know. In the meantime, we are going to head on over here. Augie. Maybe Augie is where we started this? This is the guy. This is him. This is Seeker. Let's see what he sought and see if he found it. Huh? What are you lot up to? We wanted to talk to Seeker. Ah, perfect timing then. Oi, Seeker! Get these Dags and Augie to help you, would ya? Huh? What's this about now? Well, I've been thinking I'd like to transport some of the provisions from Agnes Castle over to the city. Provisions? Now there's a golden idea. Okay, but why? What's in it for Agnes? I'm not sure there'd be a really clear payoff for us. However, but here's the thing. When the fake queen was revealed, I saw consoles from Kevis standing there, and it made me sick. All the things I thought were right, in that moment, that instant, I saw just how mistaken I'd been. And the mistakes need to be corrected, even if it takes my entire remaining life. That's why I want to give the city its due. I hope it'll make you stronger, and I hope I can spend my strength repaying you. Whoa! Dude, you're gonna make me bawl! Eh, Augie? Yes, this is most gracious. First, we repatriated everyone who'd go back to the city. So then, I figured, why not send some provisions next? Are we really that strapped for grub, though? Milady, what are you saying? We always need great quantities of food to get by. Whose fault was that, do you reckon? You bottomless pit of a man? In any case, you could stand to have a bit more food, surely. As luck would have it, we have plenty here. If we could get them processed to be more self-stable, they'd make for good portable meals too. Sounds like it'd be quick going if we pitched in as well. Yes, if you could. We'd also appreciate if you could collect whatever's missing and leave it with Darny. Darny! And then we city people can take it from there. Yes, that would be a fantastic, thank you. That is the long and short of it. We'd be thankful for your assistance. You will have it. Rest easy. Oh, so this is like an actual... I thought it was just like a discussion and then maybe we'd get a brief cutscene, but no, I guess we're actually going to be hauling supplies around. What's the implication? Just head over and speak to Darny? You know what? Let's take the vehicle. Let's absolutely take the vehicle. I just glanced at the controller to look at the buttons again. As if I needed to know where I was. See, this is gonna... We'll be heading to Mullis Depot in the Cadencia region. All passengers should board through here. Yeah, I'll get on board. I don't know, whatever. It is what it is. Let's just continue the adventure. I'm just gonna continue browsing over here during the loading time for custom... again, the metal ones might be the best bet, because they're blank, so it doesn't matter what they say. And... when I look at them, I just won't see anything. Oh, these are cool. $131 for custom Nintendo Switch Joy-Con SNES EU D-pad controller with button. No, I don't think so. I don't need the full controller. That's ridiculous. I just need some new buttons with the legends swapped, and I'm not going to get them. The rest of the internet said, no, you're not allowed. Contrast that with, what is the thing called that lets you use your Xbox controller on the Switch? If I just type in Xbox... on Switch, I guarantee you it'll come up. Okay, well, I shouldn't have guaranteed anything because it's not showing up here. Oh, hold on. Oh, wait, there it was. The Super Pack. That's what it's called. The Retro Flag Super Pack Strike Pack Paddle for... Oh, what are we doing? Why are we going down like this? I don't know. Why am I... Why am I not looking at the giant screen in front of me and instead doing all of this from the little, capture PC screen? Get me out of here! At the end of the day, we got down here. Right, jump is now swapped. It's over here now. Oh my goodness. Well, that worked! Seeker's gotten in touch. You hear about the provisions? We don't have quite enough for the transport to the city, so we need to get a bit of help getting them together.
What was it they needed again?
Oh, I don't know. Imperial Taus eggs, whatever any of this stuff is. Should we just, like, try to contribute everything? See what's worth the most? This is actually going to require quite a bit of supplies. I'm going to have to just, like, get rid of everything I have here, I think. Oh, geez, so close. There we go. A little bit over, actually, but we're not going to get a reward for that. We've got all the provisions we requested. Thanks bunches. Would you be so kind and give Seeker the good news? Happily. I'm so glad that the elevator is at the top instead of down here where we need it. What is this? The Collective Mind Strike Pack wired emulator for X... Wait, what is this? This adds like 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 new buttons to the back of the Xbox controller? That's insane that such a thing even exists. I'd never considered that you could just add additional... It makes sense, because they all use USB these days. So you could just, like, intercept that. And then provided you're going... Well, hold on, no, because the Switch one has Bluetooth in it. So it basically uses the controller in wired mode and then rebroadcasts that. So does this do that as well? It doesn't appear to. Here's a more simple one that only has like 2 paddles. That's crazy, the stuff they're doing with controllers nowadays. I'm here for it. I like it a lot. Thing is, this only works with the latest Xbox controller that has USB-C. Do I own one of those? I don't know. I have a Series S, but I don't think it came with a controller because I bought it used. And I only bought it so that I would be able to test GTA Online, because that was, at one point, my most popular series, was just playing GTA Online on different consoles, and I never got around to doing it. I probably should do it. But it might not have come with a controller, so I'd have to buy a new Xbox controller, so it's $30. Plus the cost of an Xbox controller, which I could probably get used on eBay. New, they're going for like $50. And then I don't get to use this controller. I need to just check and see if I can take this controller apart and use it to like swap the buttons around. I don't know what they look like. Again, this is from 8-Bit Dough. Yeah, I'm sorry, none of this has anything to do with the game. You're getting frustrated, aren't you? You didn't come here for this. You didn't come here for Reese spins a yarn about how upset he is over the fact that his brain is rotted and he's elderly and he can't keep his mind wrapped around all the different controllers he's got. Hey, needing to press X on the PS5 has been really confusing as well for me here recently, I'll have you know. It's been quite the struggle trying to remember to push... Oh, wait, no, wait, A? B? What is circle? It's been a convoluted time. Everything should just switch to the same thing. Everyone should just have the same thing. I'm tired of all these competing standards. We finished collecting the food and handed it all over. Thanks so much. I'm glad I turned to you for help. Well done, Noah and friends. Always so quick to aid. It's marvelous. Even in a difficult situation like this one, we can only try to move forward. And I believe that when we work together, we can achieve almost anything. I think so too, and we're always ready to do our part. Wow, Sika sounds like something a real leader would say, isn't it? You want to look elsewhere next time you say something pointed like that? But yeah, that was a good line. I'll even go out on a limb and believe it. Thank you. I'll do all I can to live up to the trust you've placed in me. Beautiful. That was a lovely little side quest. Less convinced it had anything to do with Isurd now. In fact... Oh, I mean, it definitely increased our standing here at the Agnes Castle. But yeah, it really doesn't feel like that had anything at all to do with what we're trying to accomplish right now, which, as you all know, what we're trying to accomplish is getting Isurd upgraded. Yeah, no, that changed to nothing at Lambda. Okay, well, there is a place right around here to have a little sit down at Death's Door.
Yeah, you can't always get 100%.
Knocking on it, am I, with my advanced elderly age. Should we just have a look at one of these other quests? Hold on, there's so many random conversations. I'm going to go through and have all of these. I'm not going to make you sit through them. All right, it looks like I have dealt with everything that's just a discussion. So now, in terms of potential missions that might be relating to what we're trying to accomplish here, we do have Colony Lambda's Cantina. Now, we're not in Colony Lambda, but we do have someone from Colony Lambda with us right now by the name of Isurd.
We should talk about
This might have something to do with what we're attempting to accomplish. I hear Colony Lambda's having a difficult time now that they can't use the canteen. Yeah, we did kind of tear up the place. But if there's anything we can do, we could cook something up for them. That's only going to help them in the short term. Teach a man to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. Tear up their canteen, you starve them to death. Then what? Don't tell me you want to build them a whole new canteen. That's a surprisingly reasonable idea, Lance. Oh, well then, I'll just cobble one together, shall I? We couldn't do the labor ourselves, but Lambda's a big colony. It can't hurt to float the idea. I imagine talking to the captain of the manufacturing unit would be a good place to start. Sounds like a plan. Let's get going. Yes, the sooner this gets resolved, the better. Yeah, we probably should have dealt with this a long time ago. If they've not had anywhere to eat or to prepare food, probably have had nothing to eat. It's probably a miracle that any of them are still alive at the moment, actually. It feels like we almost brought them to the brink of destruction. You know what I hadn't considered is that there might also be conversations to listen to. around here that'll kind of clue us into what we need to do next. I haven't even considered like walking around and just listening to people talk. Sometimes they'll have that little yellow bubble above their head, which I think is an indication of that being the case. I'm not going to stop and just talk to everyone, although that might also lead to something at some point. But right now I feel like just wandering around and, yeah, okay, there's nothing around here happening. Maybe we need to get that canteen up and running first. Maybe that's the secret. Maybe we get that going. Cantina, even, if you will. A canteen is something you drink out of, isn't it? And then there's a cantina is where you have aliens, and they do a little jig, you know? Like in Star Wars, and they get and there's like, remember they play that song, and then everyone yells Jedi. No, come on. Sheev. All right, maybe we watched different Star Wars growing up. I don't know. Do you have a minute? Can't you see I'm busy? Come on, keep it brief. We were wondering if we might be able to help fix up the canteen. Oh yeah, that'd be a big help. We're eager to get it back up and running too. Is there any reason you haven't done it yet? Where is Noah? Wait, where is Noah? Noah's part of this conversation. Where is he? I've put in a request, but there's so much else going on. I haven't got approval yet. You need approval to work? Yeah, we can't just go around building things willy-nilly. Oh, great. Gotta love a bit of red tape. If we can get you approval, would you be able to start work? If you can manage it, that would be fantastic. Then we'll arrange it. Who's in charge of approvals? The head of the engineering corps and the chief of logistics are the people you want. And we'll need some helping hands, too. The chief of engineering's pretty forgetful. Probably still hasn't filed my request. I bet Whitby's climbing the walls with how long it's all taking. Whitby's chief of logistics. You could talk to the head of the supply corps as well. She's always rushed off her feet. Reckon she could use a hand. That's a lot of people to see. The request's probably been held up somewhere in the pipeline. Sorry for the trouble. But where's Noah and Mio? Oh, Noah and Mio wandered off together. Okay, alright, we'll let them be then, that's fine. I have no idea where they ended up, this isn't a bit, I genuinely don't know where they are. Oh, they were down there together, under the boardwalk. Hazumi, how's you me today? Hey, what's up? We're looking to gather approvals for Sif for the canteen restoration. Oh, thanks for that. Yeah. I don't know why I'm reading all of these. Like you care. Have you tried asking around engineering and logistics? Hazumi has so far not been very helpful. Okay, well we got Kitty's approval, and apparently Kitty's going to send someone along the way on the double. And now we need to go talk to the chief of logistics. Okay, well according to Whitby, he already gave his approval as well. Why did who actually got this? Who's causing the holdup? I assume it was Kitty because she said she was going to send her approval along. But everyone else around here has been like, yeah, no, everything's fine. It's good to go. Please, go talk to Sif. Go build us a canteen. We're starving. You got it done. Fabulous. What happens now? I give it a stamp, and that's it. Done. The stamp's in the commander's office. Would you come with me? Sure. This feels like we're finally...
stopping by the commander's office?
No, I don't mind that at all, Isurd. Thank you for asking so politely. It feels like we're finally getting somewhere.
Approval in the commander's office.
I heard you, Isurd. I did hear you. We all heard you. No need to repeat yourself. Sorry you had to get involved in all this. Now that the requests come through, we can start work on the canteen quickly. If he wasn't in our party, would we have not gotten that dialogue? Is that just a result of having him? Like, if I'm sure he would have shown up and said, "Hey, come back to my office. We'll finish this up." But if he wasn't in our party, do you think it would have just? That's just like dialogue in the game's files that we would have never heard. That's interesting. You don't make it easy, do you? All these hoops you have to jump through to get stuff done. Fair point, but it's all in the name of betterment. I believe that our greatest asset lies in our desire to strive for more. Now, shall we get back to Sif? No doubt he's waiting on tenterhooks. Tenterhooks? I always thought it was like a tender hook. And I don't know why, but I always associated it with meat processing. Oh yeah, look right here. A hook used to fasten cloth on a drying frame or tenter. This is insane. I never knew, and you didn't either. Tenter hooks. We've all been saying it wrong. Great! We'll set to work on the construction first thing. Thanks, you guys. I don't normally need to get this many approvals. Everything's been moving at a blantz pace. If the system ain't working, kick it. Make a bad one. What she said. Well, that might be fine for a small group like you, but you can't let everyone do as they want in a colony this big. Yeah, it sounds like a normal government bureaucrat, doesn't it? As long as you set down good rules, you can avoid a lot of trouble. With the approval system, you always know exactly what you should be doing and when. It makes a lot of sense. I can see how sharing info between teams would cut down on problems. Right? We're all working like a well-oiled furnace, and it's given us some real results. Requests and approvals are pretty important. They're I don't need your propaganda right now. Can you just build the gosh darn canteen? I don't need to know about how good it is to have a big, bloated government. No, we're not missing out on that at all, Senna. We're not. And I don't know what the context of that was, but I'm gonna say we're doing much better off without it, and we'd like to keep it that way. And it's done. Quest is just over. I thought we'd actually see them build the canteen, but apparently not. Can we hop down here? So we've never eaten here before. Yep, new location. This is exciting. Will there be a new meal for us to partake in? It's probably... We have so many other meals right now. I doubt whatever they're going to have here is going to be... XP boost 20%. Okay. Well, what's Manana's version of that? Because that's what we actually want.
Thanks ever so much.
Squishy fishy gill wrap.
I volunteer for
Squishy fishy
Everyone got their
gill
strength
wrap.
up?
Is there anything new in the colony? Oh yeah, there are. Okay, no, we'll come back to that. I want to see before we do anything else what a squishy fishy gill wrap is.
Yeah.
Sounds like an insult. I don't know if it's going to be more towards the top or the bottom because I don't know how early you could reasonably get it. Oh. Okay, no, that's stringy. Okay, squishy, fishy. All right, so instead of 20% XP boost, you get 15% and a 5% boost to collectibles. What's our best XP boost, though? Isn't there one that gives us, like... Yeah, no, this is the best thing. This is obviously 35% EXP and 35%... Wait, what is this? Manana's Doodle Noodles. Where did I get this, and how long have I had it? Why does it cost... It costs 2... It costs 2 Sylvanopon coins? Is this a joke? Is this a bit? These are crazy meals. How long have we had these? Manana's Battle Soup DX. That we should always be having the Doodle Noodle. Not right now. I don't think we're fighting anything anytime soon. But my gosh, that's. I mean, we. You know what? I've changed my mind. Wait, where did the Doodle Noodle? There we go. And now we're actually going to go ahead and spend coins to cook it, and we're going to hit the correct button this time. I'm looking at the buttons. I'm thinking about where they are on the controller. It's a whole convoluted mess. All right, let's go see what this conversation is going to all be about here. We're just going to stand slightly back and... Do we still not know the cause behind the Autolevs going nuts? They said everyone at engineering is looking into it. Wait, didn't this have to do with his actual, like, hero quests? Isurd's, I mean? Yeah. Well, I wonder what they'll find out. If this is a continuation of that... The Autolev situation. Let's go!
Sounds pretty serious.
We're gonna go have this conversation down here at the recently opened canteen that we recently opened.
I've already got food on the brain.
Let's discuss. Autolev situation.
We should talk about this.
Yes, we should. Thank you, Senna. Lambda's Autolevs still don't seem to be functioning. You mean the ones we took down with Isurd after the cave-in? It's weird. We still don't know why they flipped out like that. It's gonna be a console or something. Not only does the colony's best line of defense go berserk, it shuts down altogether. I don't like it. Shall we go and look at the things? Yeah, there's probably something that we can help with. Then let's go and see. This does not look like an Ascension quest. It just looks like a restart. So we're gonna go flip the switch on and off. We're gonna go pull the batteries out and plop them back in. If it gets the job done, so be it. I just...
Okay.
was hoping for an Ascension quest. I was hoping for Kenobi. Kenobi! Clone Wars is a great series. If you've not watched it, it's actually fantastic. Kitty, we're back for something different this time. So, are the Autolevs still out of action? I'm afraid so. Captain Rosh wanted them up and running again, though. Isurd, calm down. You also calm down, whoever the heck you are. We've just been working on it with engineering. Try on this cloud, eh? Rosh may be a captain, but he's got a real careless streak. Other units are always on his back. Anyway, some of the adjustments have just been finished. Oh, so they work! work is maybe a strong word. We've taken ourselves off the list of targets, so they shouldn't behave like they did before, in theory. Better to put that theory into practice then. I don't fancy another tango with these buckets of bolts. Oh, then you should come with me. You sure about that? I just want to do a little behavioral testing. You can help out. Sure. If it's just a small task. Okay, stupid question. What's it gonna do to us if it doesn't behave like you want it to? That's a very good question, actually, and I'd be happy to answer it in detail in the Orion tunnels. And they're gone. And we actually genuinely do have to follow them into the Orion tunnels to find out what's going to happen when this thing does go berserk and try to kill us. Because I'm telling you, it's something to do. What is the quest requirement for this? What is the quest requirement here? It looks like, oh, Shrek, you know what I just realized? Do you know what's going to be really confusing? First off, 31. When you hold that down and it shows you where everything is, that is as wrong as it could possibly be. And that's going to be what actually messes me up. Because you can't change that. Even if I do use an Xbox controller and I have all the bindings switched in the settings, that is going to be a pain in the neck. I'm going to de-level us slightly. Yeah. Maybe I should go ahead and get the metal ones. Because I found some metal ones on Boxy Pixel for a whopping $22. But I don't think that's a whole set. It says full set, but is that left and right? It doesn't make it clear. Oh, it would be, yeah, because it's the D-pad and then the 4 individual buttons. So it's like a proper D-pad, though, which a Joy-Con doesn't have. That's what I'm confused about. See, I don't want their whole aluminum Joy-Con. I don't want that. That's not what I want. I just want the actual Switch, the buttons, just the individual buttons, which means I need 8 buttons, not 4 buttons, and a D-pad. So I gotta find metal buttons somewhere else, and then also get some Hall Effect joysticks? I mean, come on. Sorry, once again, that has nothing to do with what we're doing here, does it? I'm sorry, I've completely forgot. We're supposed to be talking to Kitten here, or whatever their name is, about fighting their robot. Hey, there you are! Yeah, just saying, if you lose control of that thing here, we'll be mincemeat. Oh, you won't need to worry about that. I can stop it immediately if it shows any sign of going rogue. Bet you anything it's gonna go wrong again. Don't like this. It'll be fine. Probably. Queen's crackers, lady! Don't move it without telling us! Well, look on the bright side. It'll show no hostility towards us. Oh, that wasn't the test. I mean, come on. What good is this thing if it's not going to fight potential threats for us? I don't exactly see many enemies around here, though. I'm sure there are some soldiers bumbling around here somewhere. There's been a lot of them wandering right in lately. And your auto-lev can track them down? It's not out of the question, but we haven't tested it. So I'm going to need you to bring the enemies to us. You want us to lure them? That's right! I'm testing its behavior, and in a battle, you'd be fighting alongside the auto-lev. See? You make it sound so easy. Okay, we'll see what we can do. I did say we'd help if we could. Thanks! So I guess we're just going to try to, like, attract the attention of some bad guys? And draw them over here? Oh, okay, so it looks like there's actually some bad... See, I thought we just had to go find some random bad guys. Hello? What button do I press to begin an attack? There we go. This is the first time we've done combat like this. Oh, no! My buttons aren't going to correspond with these buttons anymore. Oh, no. This is untenable. I can't do this. I can't get used to this. Are you kidding me? You know, it was fun while it lasted. I think it was definitely fun while it lasted, for sure. But I'm thinking that now the Y button should definitely be the Y button, and the B button should definitely be the B button, and the A button should definitely be the A button, and then X should be X, and we should stop with all this nonsense. It was a fun and wacky idea and concept. I feel like in practice, if it really worked on it, we could have gotten somewhere interesting, but at the end of the day, no, UI things like that are gonna break my brain. That's worse than trying to just remember to hit different buttons, right? Like, that's so much worse. That is... I would not know how to solve that issue. I thought we were going to go just find a nearby enemy, throw like a lure rock at them, and then slowly walk towards the autolev. Hey, enemies over there! Over there o'clock. Senna, you doll. You absolute doll. Yeah, look, there's some Kavesi just hanging out. Kavesi soldiers, eh? And how are we to bring them with us exactly? Get creative? I don't know. How about we send one person out as bait to lure them in? If we all go, they'll just scatter. Can't think of any better ideas. Okay, let's get it over with. Thanks for volunteering. What, me? They're Kavesi in it? It won't do any good if I toddle my Kavesi bum over there. Oh. I think if you did anything with your Kavesi bum in that direction, they'd be following you right along. I promise you that. Well, I suppose not, no. And we need someone who's quick on the ball, yeah? Okay, fine, I'll do it. Why not volunteer Tyon? It seems more in Uni's character to volunteer Tyon for this type of an operation. I think that that's more in their dynamic. ... Hey, you! What are you up to? Someone from Colony Lambda? Whatever, we'll make you talk once we take you in. She ran off over there, get her! This is very silly. This is very silly. We're all just standing here? Got in one. Nice work. That was nerve-wracking. Let's get back to the autolev. Yeah, no, I feel like we probably shouldn't be waiting for her, like, right here. That was probably not the best call. Your Kavesi soldiers are on their way. Wow, you really did it. What, you thought we'd snuff up? Who cares? Get the autolev warmed up. They're coming. On it. Is the autolev fighting with us? I mean, it's definitely hovering up there, but I can't really tell if it's... Did it shoot that laser, or is that like a targeting? I can't tell what's happening. Oh yeah, no, it's shooting. It's shooting, possibly at them. I mean, I don't think it's contributing much to the fight, to be fair, but it is contributing, and it's not trying to kill us, so that went well. Now I gotta get back to my normal button configuration. Yeah, numbers look pretty good too. I was worried about how it would react, but it all turned out fine. Oh, you were worried, were you? I have to say, though, it's looking more or less battle-ready at this point. Yep, thanks to your help. Time to discuss deployment with Telgrim. I've got a little thank you for you, too, so pop by later. I mean, you could just give it to us now, whatever it is. I'm assuming it's going to be some sort of accessory we'll never use. Does she ever stand still? No, and that's a good trait in someone. If they're always like working to improve the world around them and themselves, that's actually a phenomenal trait. It's one that I wish that I had. Is this the fastest way out of here, or is that my imagination? It could be the case. I don't know. I know that this takes us right out near Lambda. Because this is where we fought Lambda. You might recall, once upon a time, part of the story about a year ago now, was that we went through these water tunnels and then we did pitched combat against Lambda. That hasn't been a year yet. I'm pretty no, wait. Yeah, no, it's close to. I remember going on a family vacation July of last year and playing the early part of this game in handheld. I think it's the only time I ever played this game on handheld was when we were on vacation. Because I wanted to... I'm sorry, we're level 30. Why are those showing up as red? They're level 27. I'm very confused by that. I just wanted to get some playtime in while we were away on vacation, and so I played a bit of it in handheld. And just explored the Dinag Desert, which we were not high enough level for. And I don't think we'd gone through the Orion Tunnels yet in the story. So that's a fun little memory. That's a fun little callback to a different time in my life a year ago, where everything was admittedly mostly the same, but the game was new. That's a different thing, and I still didn't quite understand what the sort of gameplay loop was going to be yet. Hey, you made it! Is everything still okay? Yep, we're hunky-dory. The team's just finished all the fine-tuning, and we're in talks with the survey branch. We'll probably be able to properly relaunch it soon, so thanks for helping. It got purple there real quick, didn't it? Us get to this point. We hardly did anything, really. No need to thank us. In that case, would you be willing to... Hi? Help us out again if any of these tin cans go wrong in the future? Hey now, don't push your luck. I'm joking. We know how to handle ourselves. But I really am grateful to you. I don't think we could have done this without you. Yeah, just try not to break it. Tell Captain Careless he owes us one. Captain Rosh smoothed things over between the teams. He's pretty reliable in battle too. Lots of experience. I'll pass it on. Thanks. No, thank you. Restart. Alright. I do too, Senna. I also hope that. Oh my gosh, there's a question mark. Do we think that that could potentially be the start of our Ascension quest? Tune in next time to find out. Till then, thank you folks for watching. God bless you. You leave your Switch controller stock. There's no reason to change them. I'll see you later. Bye.